record.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever time it is, wherever you are. Thank you for downloading the premier Geek podcast, OZ and the Freak Talk Geek. I'm OZ.
And I'm the Freak. And you joined us today. This is A Week in Geek, episode 3, where we basically pick up a lot of highlights from the last couple weeks or so and bring them to the surface and let y'all know everything that's kind of going on in the geek nerd world.
Yeah, we're kind of just picking out the key nerd and geek news, just to shine a little light on it, at least give you our opinions or some of the things that we're interested in, and we just want to shine a little spotlight on it.
Oh yeah, I mean, we clearly can't cover everything that's happening. You know, this is mostly just kind of like a montage of our favorites.
This is it.
Montage.
Montage.
I can't hear the word montage. I can't hear the word montage without thinking of Team America.
Mm-hmm. So, did you want to start us off, Frank?
Yeah, I'll go. Let's get this one knocked out of the way real quick. This is a reoccurring topic that we've actually mentioned a few times now. TikTok. TikTok. TikTok has been all over the news lately, and with its different political struggles and different things going on, and that's why we don't want to touch this too much, because we try to stay away from everything political. But as mentioned before, this is a topic that we've actually, briefly discussed, so I just kind of let you know where it's at right now. TikTok is currently suing the United States government, saying that the potential ban violates First Amendment. And
they weren't given enough time.
No, they weren't
to do their sale if they were going to go ahead and do that sale.
Mm-hmm. The lawsuit was filed Tuesday in the U.S. Circuit Court of Appeals from Washington, D.C., and they're arguing that the bill is that's the Protecting Americans from Foreign Adversary Controlled Applications Act violates the constitutional protection of free speech. The suit calls for a unprecedented violation of the First Amendment, and that's pretty much where they're going with it. And for those that are just popping in and don't know what's going on, there's just a big political debate where, long story short, the U.S. government is pretty much threatening to shut down TikTok, the entire format, their platform, if it doesn't cut ties with something in China or something, like because of the programmer and where it's from.
I think it's because the main company that owns it, or the investment group that does actually own it, is a Chinese
affiliate.
Company. It's a company. Yeah, a company there in China.
Okay. But like I said, I really don't want to get too much into that, because now TikTok is getting into a whole political debate.
Right. And the encroachment of the First Amendment and what the First Amendment really means. And a lot of people do have their own opinions in regards to a lot of our amendments. But since it does do with technology, TikTok is a popular thing, which is why we just touch on it.
Yeah. So with that being said, let's jump into a much happier category.
Well, I mean,
let's see.
We've been talking about it. Everybody's been wanting it. They didn't know when it was going to happen, but we did finally officially get news that we will hear about the sequel system to the Nintendo Switch this fiscal year. So we'll have some kind of announcement this fiscal year. We won't know anything about it on the next Nintendo. What is it called? Their presentation that's coming up. But we will know something before the end of the fiscal year.
Okay, just to clarify something for a lot of people listening right now, just so everybody knows, the fiscal year runs through March 31st of 2025.
Right.
So with them just now announcing this, they literally have a year. essentially to basically figure out what's going on with this.
Oh, it's Nintendo. They already know what's going on with it. They
Yeah.
already have that thing set up and almost ready to box, I'm sure.
Hmm.
It's Nintendo, and you know me. As long as you've known me, I've always been a Nintendo guy, and I totally believe that the Nintendo seal of quality approval. So
Hmm.
uh, we're just gonna have to wait and see. We just
Yeah.
wait and see. I really wouldn't expect something too different than what we already have with the Switch.
Hmm.
Probably faster processor, maybe a little bit bigger screen, uh, but I wouldn't expect too different.
Yeah.
Nintendo is not going to have a handheld PS5 anytime soon. I don't think they
No,
want it
no,
either.
no, they don't. Especially with things that Sony is going through right now. But I'll get to that one in just a moment.
Ooh,
But reading up on Tom's Guide, which is actually a pretty good source of news as well for those of y'all listening. It's tomsguide.com. It's a pretty informative site. One of the things that he's been mentioning and talking about here is the different things that we could potentially expect to see with the new Switch. You mentioned a bigger screen. They were talking about there's talks of an 8-inch screen. The biggest thing, absolute biggest thing for me, because I still play the shit out of my Nintendo Switch,
right.
is backwards compatibility.
You
Heaven
think?
forbid, dude, they have to. That heaven
They
forbid that they
don't
come out
have
with it.
to.
They don't know, but if they want to keep a lot of their client base, because a lot of their systems have been backwards compatible, like the Nintendo 3DS being able to play other game systems other than 3DS.
Right. Their home console systems have never been backwards compatible.
Some of them have, but I mean, considering we're going for okay, so like, oh my god, what was the one before the
The
Switch?
Wii U and the Wii.
Thank you,
That's
Wii
it.
U. But
And
they're
the Wii U was a
they're
failed
talking about
system.
they're talking about this being a Switch 2. So I can see a Switch 2 being able to play Switch games.
Ooh, the Switch U.
So we
I
mentioned Sony.
Yeah, Sony.
I got to get this out of the air now.
Oh yes. Please tell me.
All right, so we have been talking about Helldivers 2 because I'm kind of fanboying out for Helldivers 2.
No, and I haven't played it yet, but I have started watching gameplays online. The
Uh-huh.
shit is incredible.
So May 3rd, they announced there was an announcement on Steam on May 3rd that basically says moving forward starting May 6th, they everybody that is currently playing the game or any future players has to make a PlayStation Network account in order to play. As of May 30th, it was going to be mandated that if they no longer have it, they can't play.
So a game that was purchasable
On Steam now has to have a PlayStation Network connected to it in order to play. Now, I know a lot of people are saying, well, that's not a big deal. Make a PlayStation Network account. Well, guess what? One thing a lot of people don't understand is this game is released on Steam, and it was released on Steam in every country.
Right.
PlayStation Network is not available in every country.
Aye.
With Sony going forward and pushing through this, they have now basically banned everybody in those countries from being able to play their game.
Oh my gosh.
Now, that being said, moving forward, May 6th, the day that this was supposed to take place, and the 3 days prior to this, Helldivers received probably over 300,000 negative reviews. After all these reviews, for the first time, Steam was allowing people to have refunds. Steam doesn't give out refunds if you played a game longer than 2 hours.
Right.
Steam was officially giving people refunds even if you have excess of over 80 hours on the game. They were starting to issue out refunds for that.
Oh wow.
The developers pretty much came out and said, you know what, this sucks. It's out of our hand. This isn't a developer
right.
plan. This is Sony.
Right. The publisher.
Yep. And because of that, Sony started seeing backlash.
Well, yeah, because now they're not getting that Steam money.
Nope. And on May 6th, after 300,000 plus negative reviews, the community came together and defeated Sony.
Really?
Sony came out with a statement saying that they are no longer going to move ahead with the plans as previously stated. They basically recant the entire thing. They apologize, and they're not going to do it.
Yes.
So, kind of like we did with Sonic the Hedgehog,
The internet won.
The internet won this one, and it was a big win and a big upset for Sony, but it was a big win for everybody else. To the point of Helldivers is actually going to talk of making a cape. So there's different special capes that you get in this game.
Right.
And one of the capes was going to be the bar graph that shows all the negative comments going downwards in the different lines. And they're going to make a cape out of that. And May 6th has become like their their liberation day for the day that we liberated from Sony.
Oh my
God. So kind of a big win there. That
is a big win. That's certainly a big win for democracy.
For democracy, managed democracy at that. Last little bit of video game stuff that I want to touch base on is let's see here. We have Nintendo World Championships. The NES edition is said to hit Switch in July with 150 speedrun challenges in over 13 games.
Right. Do you know what this is based on?
I don't.
Okay.
But it blew me away just hearing about this.
All right. So this is based on back in the 80s and the early 90s. There was a touring competition that Nintendo did. They would have competitors from that region in an area come and compete, and it would be the Nintendo World Championships. You saw this a little bit. You remember that movie, The Wizard, with a
yeah.
It's that.
Was it Savage?
Yeah, with Fred Savage.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Christian Slater, and yeah, I mean, but it was that was an actual thing that happened. So people would go and they would compete, and when you got into the competition, there was a specific cartridge that they used that had these little switches on them, and it was a set amount of games, and they were timed, and they were modulated where they could record the time and record points differently for the competition. It was almost the exact same games that everybody could play, but it was coded so where that they could actually have a different type of score for those competitions. Those cartridges are real and out in the market. Those cartridges are some of the rarest, most expensive cartridges in the secondary market. So this is giving people a taste of that cartridge and of those competition days.
Okay. That sounds really cool. I didn't know this had roots like that. I didn't realize it went that deep.
Oh yeah, dude.
That's pretty baller.
80s Nintendo was quite a thing, dude. Like for real in pop culture.
Damn, that's really cool. I was reading about this, and when it mentions challenges, it's like it talks about reaching the super mushroom as fast as you can in Super Mario, defeating all the Octoroks in Legend of Zelda, and reaching specified gate as quickly as possible in Metroid. And they said that that's just 3 of the 150 plus challenges available in the game. Now with this being the Nintendo Switch, 150 plus challenges, I would say the 150 plus challenges right now, because that there's going to be DLC for this.
Of course, there's going to be DLC for that.
Yeah, I mean, and it's spread across right now for 13 different games. I don't have a list of the games. I would love to share that with you, but
I had that list earlier, but I didn't write it down. I saw on there like Kirby was on there. I think I saw Balloon Fight was back on there again.
Oh my god, Balloon Fight!
Field. Yeah, the classics, the classic games that they've been shoving down our throats for years.
Okay, but how do you do track and field without the mat? Oh, come on, that's no fun. You can't just button mash with track. I mean, well, for what it's worth, that's
Bro.
what we do. That's what we do with track and field. I just got down on my hands and knees and kept smacking the mat.
Bro, I play with a controller, man, and then I would get a AA battery, and I would rub it across A and B back and forth.
Oh,
A, B, and I did it with a battery, so I wasn't like burning my finger. I was gonna. Now that I think about it, I probably shouldn't use the battery. That could have blew off.
Probably wasn't the safest decision.
But yeah, I took a AA battery and rubbed it across really fast, and you couldn't touch me in track and field.
Last little bit of Mario news that I have.
Oh, more Mario.
One more. Sorry. Said to be released on the 23rd of this month. We have Paper Mario: The 1,000-Year Door. Okay, I'm actually really excited for this one. I love Paper Mario.
I just started playing Paper Mario, the one for what was it, on the 64?
Okay, yeah, I think that's when it first came out.
I just started playing that on last week. Last week. So this is my first time playing Paper Mario. I saw the trailer for the new one, or I saw that the new one was coming out, and I was like, oh my god, I gotta find a way that I could play Paper Mario, because it just looks so much fun. It's like a way more fun version of Super Mario RPG.
Oh yeah, definitely.
So,
all right.
Yeah,
so
I'm definitely looking forward to that.
Moving forward, what you got? You got anything for me?
I do have something for you. So first thing that came up was the new Superman costume was revealed. So I'm not a big Superman guy, but I have been looking and wondering what they were going to do with the new Superman, what they were going to do with the new DC universe.
Okay.
And
are they going to go with the trunks? I heard a big debate about this. Are they going with the trunks or not?
With the pictures that they showed, trunks are conspicuously shadowed. It looks like he's got the red underwear. It looks like it, but it could just be the way that the light is over his crotchal area. But the costume looks great. He looks great in costume. But yeah, the underwear reveal is going to have to wait a little bit longer.
Oh man, that's so. I have heard about that, the new reveal, and out of all the things that I've seen people asking about this outfit, that was the biggest reoccurring question: was he going to have the trunks? The second biggest thing I saw was, are they going to do to him like they did to Clooney and give him nipples?
No, there's no nipples. No nipples on the costume.
Well, I mean, it is DC, so if they went with nipples, it
is DC, but no, there's no nipples on the costume. He looks great. He looks like a young Superman. I mean, he looks like Henry Cavill when Cavill started.
Okay.
So he looks great. It looks like they're casting there, and they cast it appropriately. So we'll just have to wait and see. So that came out. Okay. Another thing that was announced today, Max, Disney Plus, and Hulu, all three announced that they will be coming up with a bundle that will include all three streaming services. So this is going to be the biggest bundled streaming service value out there.
Ooh. Okay, Max, Disney Plus, and who?
Hulu.
Hulu, really?
Right now, we've already got Disney Plus Hulu, and Disney and Hulu with Hulu Live, or Hulu with ESPN. But Disney Plus and Hulu has already been a thing. It is a thing that's coming. And Max has been doing cost cutting, and there was some speculations on whether or not Max is going to have to increase their costs for their subscriptions. But it looks like they're working it to where they can just be bundled up with Disney and Hulu, become the biggest streaming service that's available out there. They're going for Netflix's neck.
As long as they don't charge like $50-$60, I mean, what's the point then? But
it's still cheaper than cable.
It's funny that you mentioned that Disney Plus and Hulu are already a thing, because I don't have Disney Plus. And just the other day, I happened to notice that, on my bank statement, I had a $9.99 deal on there for Disney. And I'm sitting here like, what the fuck is this? I don't have any subscriptions to anything Disney. And now I do have Marvel Unlimited, but that's a completely different separate payment. Plus, I pay
Sure.
yearly on that, so that's a different thing. And I started going
Oh,
back.
you got the yearly on that?
I did, but I didn't get the one that gets me all the fun shit. That's
Oh,
this whole other one, and I was like trying to figure out how to get that so I can get the yearly the yearly box with all the goodies. And yeah, I subscribed to the wrong thing. I tried to see if I could subscribe to the other one, but they're like, you already have a subscription. And I was like, yeah, upgrade me, fucker. But anyway, so I was, so anyways, I was trying to figure out what this fucking $9.99 was for. And finally I found out it was for Hulu. Yeah, so Hulu doesn't come up as Hulu on your bank statement anymore. It comes up as Disney Plus.
Well, check your account, dude, because you may have Disney Plus now.
Well, no, I have Hulu, but I don't have Disney Plus. Yeah, so, Hulu. The Hulu statement is being paid throughout. You're paying Disney now, you're not paying directly to Hulu.
Oh man, did we miss Hulu being bought out by Disney?
I guess so.
Hey,
I guess so.
But Warner Brothers Discovery is going to Disney. I mean,
yeah.
Shoot, Disney already owns a lot of Warner Brothers already, so it makes sense.
I mean, the cartoons have been warning us about Disney running everything for years.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And my only comment on that is, if Max is joining up with them, I better not lose my Naked and Afraid.
No.
I don't care what anybody says. I originally started watching that as a joke because I thought it was stupid as shit and I wanted to see what was going on. And now I'm fucking addicted to it.
Is it still blurred on there?
Oh, well, yeah. Trust me. And thank goodness, too, because there's... Yeah. Yeah. A lot of dude butt and balls if it wasn't.
Well, speaking of dude butt and balls and streaming services, January it was announced WWE was going to be transitioning Monday Night Raw over to Netflix.
I heard about this.
However, that deal doesn't start until January, but their current deal that they have with USA Network ends in the fall. So there's going to be a certain amount of time
downtime there.
Where there's going to be a certain amount of time where Raw wouldn't have a home. So they were like, is Raw going to take a break? Is this longest running episodic TV show of all time gonna not have episodes for a few months? But it was announced today that USA decided to extend their partnership till the end of the year, so they will have a home on USA. USA will still get that ad money, and I can't remember the exact what they were going to pay for those additional months, but I do know that WWE is getting $5 billion over 10 years from Netflix, with the option to renew at any point in time. Like, they can just say, you know what? After 5 years, we'll keep you for another 10.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
Damn.
$5 billion over 10 years.
God damn, dude. That's just so much money. I couldn't even imagine.
And that's just for Raw. That's just for Raw. I don't know where SmackDown's going to land, but Fox paid out the nose for them. But they're going. I think SmackDown's going to be going to maybe going back to TNT.
See, SmackDown was one of the reasons that I originally kind of got out of watching a lot of wrestling to begin with. So, my opinion, going to get a lot of bad reviews here, and I really don't give a crap. SmackDown, I don't care where they go.
You know, SmackDown was always the B show until recently, when Fox picked up SmackDown, and they transitioned Roman Reigns over there to SmackDown. It's really been the A show. They really put a lot of eggs in their basket of SmackDown. They built almost the entire story going up to this most recent WrestleMania with Roman Reigns and Cody Rhodes on SmackDown.
Well, to piggyback off of that and subtly change the subject, let's talk about The Rock.
Oh yes, tell me about Dwayne, the final
Dwayne
boss.
Johnson. Uh, Marvel and DC Studios are at a pivotal change right now, with
True.
DC doing a complete overhaul and Marvel changing the way that their projects are produced right now. As we move on to Phase 5, for the X-Men series, and
For the
uh,
MCU as a whole.
for the MCU as a whole, we move into Phase 5, they're actually trying to get Dwayne Johnson over to the MCU.
Hmm. Who can you see The Rock playing in the MCU?
Big, bald, almost Egyptian looking dude.
Um, the Beyonder.
En Sabah Nur, the Apocalypse. That's who they're talking about.
Hmm.
Yep, after pretty much, I guess, after seeing him play a superhero as Black Adam.
He was great as
And
Black Adam.
oh, dude, he kicked ass.
He was so
Okay,
great as Black Adam.
straight up, I don't like DC. Anybody else listening that knows, I don't give a crap that much for DC comics.
Yes.
But Black Adam was awesome.
He was rad.
He was awesome. I didn't know too much about the comics. I only did a little bit of research before I watched that movie. And I don't even care if he portrayed the character right or not. But that movie was awesome, dude. The way he just started going around, just started zapping the shit out of people. I was like,
perfect.
that was awesome, man. That was awesome. But they are in talks with Dwayne to be to possibly be the next Apocalypse, and it's assumed that it's going to become an upcoming X-Men reboot. But I mean, they've already had a variant of Apocalypse. So we don't know. We don't know what's going to go right now.
What was this? Oscar Isaacs was Apocalypse in it was in the First Class series.
Ivan Ooze. This.
Okay, he did not look like Ivan Ooze.
Oh my God! Yes, he did.
He did not look like Ivan Ooze. I'm tired of hearing that fucking internet rhetoric about that. He looked the best possible way that you would expect a live action Apocalypse to be.
Let's let everybody hold on. Let's let everybody debate. All right. So if you're listening to this right now, do me a favor and pull up your Google search and Google the Power Rangers Ivan Ooze. Okay, so he was a villain from the Power Rangers in the late 90s. And then look up Apocalypse in the X-Men movie, and y'all tell me he doesn't look like Ivan Ooze.
All right, you know what? When we post this on Spotify, we can add a poll. So I'm going to put a poll on Spotify. Oscar Isaac's Apocalypse. Ivan Ooze or nah?
I'm going to hold you to that. I want to see that. I want to see this poll.
Fine.
I want to see it, and then I'll put a poll out on Facebook, and then I'll ask everybody on Facebook too.
I'll put it on X as well, because it's a big nah. Like, just look at him. Actually, look at him. He does not look like Ivan Ooze. He looks like what Apocalypse would look like live action.
No, sorry. Ivan Ooze looked cooler than Apocalypse. Oh man, I can't. I saw that movie in theaters.
Ivan Ooze,
the Power Rangers. Yeah,
I liked Ivan Ooze as a character. I thought he was funny.
Oh, I thought he was awesome. And that's when Tommy became the Falcon. He became the White Ranger. When all the Rangers got their new abilities and new droids and everything.
Oh yeah. And Rocky was a frog.
Yep.
So terrible movie. Good costumes. Terrible movie.
Okay, since we're on the topic of The Rock.
We're on the topic of The Rock. Power Rangers, but yeah, go ahead.
Okay, well, let's do the Power Rangers after this. But since we're on the topic of The Rock, real quick, one of my all-time, it is a recent movie, so it just recently became up there. But one of my all-time favorite Disney movies, as of late, is Moana. I freaking love Moana.
Moana's
It's
good, but
it's
it's your
such a
favorite Disney movie?
It really is. The songs are beautiful in there. The animation, the story, of a woman, trying to do what she's not supposed to do. She's being held back. She's still being told you can't do this. She breaks free of the bonds. She saves her people. She saves the spirit of the ocean, and it's to me it's a really powerful movie. And again, I really do like the songs, like the turtle, or I mean the crab underneath, where everything is shiny. Like I
Yeah.
love it. I love it in general. I don't. There's so much about the movie I really love. Uh, but that being said, there was talks of a real live action Moana,
Right. The Rock was going to be the
and
live action
correct.
Maui.
Now it's still going to happen, but it's been pushed till more like 2026. I checked the IMDb for it earlier today. The Rock is the only member of the cast that is confirmed on IMDb. There was no other cast set for the movie except The Rock.
Right.
But the reason the movie got pushed is because November 27th of this year, Moana 2 is coming out.
Hey, hey.
So
Okay, so historically, how do you feel about Disney sequels, bud?
historically, I don't like them.
Right.
I'm not gonna lie. I kind of wish they would just leave Moana alone.
Right.
The live action, that might be something interesting to see.
Yeah.
But it was such a great movie that there doesn't need to be a sequel. It should have just kind of ended there. Like, where do you go from here?
Right. Right.
This is one of those movies I don't think needs a sequel. I am going to see it probably in theaters with a bunch of children. Probably gonna end up loving it because I just love it, but I don't know. I don't think it's gonna add up to the original. You can't.
No, I mean, it's just like Disney drops the ball almost every time they do a sequel.
Hmm.
Pixar's are the only ones from anywhere near that company that can do a
Hmm.
sequel right.
Yep.
So, oh man.
Yeah.
All right, well, I'm gonna cross my fingers, and if The Rock is coming back for Moana too, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
And
Well,
so
we'll
we were
see.
talking about Power Rangers, and that triggered something over there.
That did trigger something for me right now. So, do you know who brought Power Rangers to the United States?
Bro, don't catch me lying to you.
Okay, Haim and Saban, right? When Haim and Saban, they imported a lot of Japanese television and converted it to American audiences. They were also music producers for animated series, which includes also the X-Men's theme. But currently, as far as the United States is concerned, with Power Rangers and the Power Rangers uh, as an entertainment license, it's owned by Hasbro.
Hmm.
Hasbro bought them up. They're like, we're going to do something with them. And there was a lot of speculations on a new Netflix TV show, completely rebooting the Power Rangers in the United States, going back to the original dinosaurs. Um, but the only news that's come out recently with that is Hasbro is just so tied up and doesn't. There's a speculation that Hasbro doesn't know what to do with the license anymore.
Hmm.
That they have decided to hand over the action figure production to Playmates. And if you don't know who
Okay.
Playmates is the company that made the original Ninja Turtles action
Yep.
figures. So we're getting the company that made and is still making original Ninja Turtle action figures
Hmm.
are going to be giving us Power Ranger figures now. So that's just kind of that's the recent news that's been going on with Power Rangers right now.
Dude,
There's no pipeline sequel for the live action movie that came out a few years ago. Um, there is just nothing. Everything is on hold except for now. Playmates has got the production of their action figures.
okay. Okay.
So it looks
And
like we're still going to be on a long extended pause of
mhm,
Power Rangers in the United States
okay. Man,
after
I
over 20 years.
I will say this: even after 20 years, after however many years Power Rangers has been out, that is a fan base
Mm-hmm.
that is die hard, true
Mm-hmm.
to the word. Like
Mm-hmm.
these people that love Power Rangers to this day are just those people are awesome.
They
They
are.
they they absolutely love everything about it. They don't give a crap if they're 40 or 50-year-old people. They still love the Zords. And
Mm-hmm.
and I know that a lot of people kind of pick on them for this, but you know what? I don't give a crap. I was in a phase where when Power Rangers came out, I was like, this is dumb. And then you know what? Like a couple weeks later, I had the Dragon Zord from Tommy. I
Yeah.
had a bunch of different Zords. I had the belt buckle with the coin that would flip.
Mhm.
I had a lot of the toys we would play at recess. We played Power Rangers,
Yeah.
and as I grew up, I kind of grew out of it,
Yeah.
but I never looked back on it thinking, "Oh, that's the stupidest thing ever."
Right. I
There's
saw
aspects
Power
of it that's
Rangers.
kind of dumb.
Oh yeah, it's cheesy, but
Yeah, oh,
like
it's super
and
cheesy.
Power Rangers came out at a point where I was like, I'm too old for this.
Yeah.
I can appreciate, but I what I appreciate about Power Rangers and why I like bringing it up and I keep an eye out on the stuff is I
Hmm.
like the idea of
Oh
Power
yeah.
Rangers. I'm not so much the execution, but I dig the idea and I dig the source materials too.
Hmm.
I'm not trying to be that Japanese incel that just absolutely loves Japanese stuff. But the
Hmm.
stuff is rad and it's been around since the 70s.
Absolutely, dude.
And like it's so interesting. It's
Uh-huh.
so visually interesting watching some of the older stuff or watching what was done in Japan and seeing how they flipped it and
Hmm.
translated it around for American audiences.
Hmm.
Absolutely just love seeing that stuff. And I'm a big fan of superheroes to begin with, and it's a team of superheroes with giant robots.
Yeah.
Um,
And
uh,
and
yeah,
and I don't understand how anybody out there can say you're an old school Godzilla fan and not be a fan of the Power Rangers in a way.
yeah.
Because when the Zords got huge and when the monsters always got huge and everything, it was basically a cheesy Godzilla film with two dudes in giant suits wrecking shit.
It was a new kaiju fight every
It
week.
really was. It was.
It was a new kaiju fight
Hmm.
every week, and the it was cheesy. It was cheaply done, but it's fun.
My
It's just
my
so much fun.
my absolute favorite cheesiness from the film was the fact that every time a Power Ranger got hit, they would go flying in the air and sparks would fly off their chest.
Oh, dude,
It never ceased to fail. Sparks and fireworks would go off their chest and they would be spinning and somersaulting through the air.
that's so funny you said that. I saw this recent article online
Uh-huh.
that there is a bunch of photography companies in Japan that are doing specialized locale photo shoots for people. Like if you think about the Power Rangers fighting, and there's a cliff
Hmm.
behind them,
Okay.
right?
Hmm.
Now that's at the same place every time. They reuse the same location every time.
Yeah.
There's photography companies now that are putting these packages together where they are taking you out to that place, to that cliff on the sand, and they're taking your photos in that area, and they're setting up explosions to go off behind you too, so
Oh
you can
my
have your
god.
full on Power Rangers photo shoot,
That's freaking cool. Now,
right?
okay, the only way they can top that is if they have a bunch of people dressed up as putties.
Oh yeah,
Remember the
right.
putties where they That's the dumbest thing. And Rita Repulsa.
Oh yeah,
Rita Repulsa was one of the main villains.
and the weirdest boner from her.
Yeah, that would have to be a weird one, all right.
Those cones.
All right, moving forward here.
More cones.
This is there might be, I don't know. Let's see what we get into. So just a couple of things I just want to touch up on here. As far as TV shows.
Mm.
Netflix, Disney, Prime, Max, a lot of the streaming TV shows.
Mm-hmm.
What we have to look forward to that are coming up. Some of the ones that I recognized. May 22nd, Disney Plus, Marvel Studios Assembled.
What
Uh
is that?
the Making of X-Men 97.
Ooh,
So that's coming to Disney Plus on May 22nd.
nice.
Um May 24th on Netflix, we get Chaos Theory by Jurassic Park, the animated.
Oh, okay. All right. All
Uh-huh.
right. I haven't watched any of the animated Jurassic Park stuff.
I haven't watched them either. And to be honest with you, when I was searching and doing this research is when I just recently discovered about it. So there's that.
I saw the last movie in the theater. I took number 4 to go see it, and I did appreciate they finally showed dinosaurs with feathers in that movie.
That's cool. June 4th, Disney Plus, we have Star Wars The Acolyte.
Ooh, have you seen the trailer for that, dude?
I haven't. I don't do trailers.
Oh my god. It looks really good, but it looks
Yeah.
so beige.
June 6th on Netflix, we have Sweet Tooth season 3.
Oh, I still gotta finish season 2.
I have to finish season
Is
2
this the
as
final
well.
season?
I don't know. I haven't checked to see if any of these are final or not. Let's see. This is the one that I personally have been waiting for. The Boys, season 4, June 13th on Prime.
Wait,
So the
it's coming out.
boy.
It's coming out on Juneteenth.
It is June 13th.
Interesting.
Yep.
Interesting, bro. I love that whole universe. I love
me
that
too.
whole universe. The college.
The next gen.
Oh my god, what is that show called?
And then there's the animated one.
I got you. Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Dude, the homeboy had a puppet thing. Oh, Jesus Christ. This shit was so good.
Yeah, they've done pretty amazing things, man.
Love that show.
Cobra Kai season 6?
Jesus.
Is it really that many seasons?
Well, yeah, it's been long. It was before COVID. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, season 6. July 18th on Netflix.
You know that show started that show started on YouTube?
I didn't know that.
The first season was part of YouTube's when they did that. They had like YouTube Red.
Mm-hmm.
It was YouTube tried to start their own streaming service thing.
This one, okay, don't quote me on this one. This is one of the shows and one of the dates that I saw, but I thought this was over with and done. Have you seen the Umbrella Academy?
Yeah, we should have one more season.
Umbrella Academy season 4, August 8th. I don't know why. Yeah, it's got to be. And I thought that the last season was the last season because I thought it was pulled.
No. Dude, Umbrella Academy does banger numbers for Netflix.
Okay. I like it. I love it.
It's an amazing show, and I honestly can't wait to see where they're going now with it, especially with people depowered and their dad back. And I can't wait for this new season.
Since we're talking movies here,
Mm-hmm.
Furiosa, a Mad Max saga, recently had its first trailer out.
Mm-hmm.
We got Anya Taylor-Joy.
Mm-hmm.
Is the new actress that we're seeing here.
Yeah, she's playing the younger Charlize Theron.
Yep, she is. This is like a couple of decades prior to the Fury Road that we saw.
Right.
So
did you see her in did you watch New Mutants?
Nope.
She played Ileana, Magic. That's Colossus's little sister in the X-Men. And she was creepy and amazing in that. So I can't wait to see what she does with Furiosa.
Damn.
Yeah. Yeah, dude.
Damn.
She's gonna be amazing. She's an amazing actress. I'm a little concerned with Furiosa. Now I like Chris Hemsworth. He's my Thor. He will always be my Thor.
Chris Hemsworth is in there.
I want to see Chris Hemsworth not funny.
Okay.
You know, he looks like he's going to be hilarious in this movie, and maybe not even trying to be, with his accent and his makeup choices. It looks like he's going to be like scary but hilarious at the same time, and I'm tired of laughing at Chris Hemsworth. I just want to cheer him on as an action hero.
Yeah,
which is weird. But you know,
so Fury Road was a pretty action-packed movie.
Yes, amazing.
One of the reasons that actually Charlize Theron.
Yeah.
What the hell is her name?
Furiosa.
Charlize Theron. Thank you. I don't know why I was having a hard time with that. One of the reasons, not only the fact that this movie takes place a couple decades prior, and it's hard to make her look younger because she's getting older, and this movie came out like 9 years ago. Anyways, one of the reasons she didn't want to do this movie as well was the lack of CGI. Almost everything in this movie is real stunts.
Practical.
The majority of the CG is literally going in there, removing cables and doing stuff like that. There was one scene that I was looking up in this movie. There's one scene that they revealed so far. It's a 15-minute sequence in the film that took 78 days to shoot. It had 200 stunt people working on the scene daily. So
there's another big ass vehicle chase.
I really cannot wait. I mean, just a 15-minute scene took 78 days to shoot, 200 stunt people. What fucking scene? What madness can be going on in that, dude?
I don't know, but I'm down.
So I'm down. I really, really want to check that out. We're getting pretty close to the end here. There's one last thing I want to mention before we go ahead and hop off.
Okay.
Unless do you have anything else?
No, I don't. This wasn't in our notes. What's going on?
Okay. Disney Plus has released a trailer for an upcoming Lego series. It's called Lego Star Wars: Rebuild the Galaxy. It's kind of like, you remember how the X-Men series had the X-Men What If?
Yeah.
Okay, picture this as a Lego Star Wars What If.
Oh God.
What if?
Oh God.
What if there was Ewok bounty hunters? What if?
Serious?
What if there are Geonosian Jedis? And what if we had Darth Jar Jar?
Okay.
I got your attention now.
Now you got my attention. But dude, it's gonna be Lego. It's gonna be so tongue in cheek or cheesy.
100%. 100%. It's gonna be cheesy. But it's Lego Star Wars Rebuild the Galaxy. Mark Hamill's gonna be it. Ahmed Best, the voice of Jar Jar Binks.
Yeah.
Well, in this case, Darth Jar Jar Binks. For the huge fan base who has always there's a huge fan base that believes that Jar Jar Binks is like a deep undercover Darth Sidious.
Oh yeah, he's definitely being controlled or influenced.
Oh yeah. And you can see his hand movements was a lot of the time him using the Force. I mean, come on, the guy's a giant, big ass idiot, and yet they put him in charge of the Senate.
Well, I mean, they didn't put him in charge of this, but They didn't put him in charge of the Senate. He was just a senator representing his planet, just like
Who
Palpatine
had
was
a
just
lot
a
of pull though.
senator representing his
E- exactly.
yeah.
Yeah. But so we have that to look forward to. And that's why I was saving for last there.
I will watch the Darth Binks, but after that, I don't know.
I don't know about that afterwards, but I have to see a Darth Jar Jar Binks.
Yeah, yeah. I kind of have to too. Shit. Well, that is going to be the week of Geek,
Yeah.
and I think that's all the news that we have for this week. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you so much for downloading.
Mm-hmm.
Please, please subscribe, like, find us on all of our social medias.
And
Uh,
comment. I
please
want to see
comment.
more
Please comment.
comments.
OATFTG or Ozzy and the Freak Talk Geek.
Mm-hmm.
You should be able to find us. That'll be on our link tree, and that'll give you everywhere as we're going. That also includes my own personal YouTube page.
Mm-hmm.
But please give us a link, give us a follow, share us with your friends. We're still looking for recommendations. We're still looking for ideas for our solitary specific episodes. So we really super appreciate that.
Yep.
We just want to hear from you. We want to hear from you. We want to shout you out. But thank you so much for listening. Thank you so
Yep.
much. And I'm going to pre-thank you. I'm going to thank you right now. Thank you so much for commenting. Thank you so much for liking, subscribing, and sharing. I really appreciate that.
And thank you for choosing Ivan Ooze over Apocalypse.
Hey.
I'm the Freak.
And I'm Ozzy. This has been Ozzy and the Freak Talk Geek. Hey.
Good night, everybody.
Good night.
Where's that end button?